Good afternoon. My name is Charles Ayre. Today is Friday, December 7th, 2012. Field-based activity number 4 will be presented in this screencast as part of the requirements for EDU 541 School and Society for Dr. Charles Kakaiko. This field-based activity covers proposition number 3. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Trend number 7 will take an in-depth look at how the percentage of American children living in families with incomes below the poverty line has increased continuously, and that nearly 1 in 5 children are poor today. Furthermore, an examination and analysis will be conducted examining Maslow's hierarchy of needs and will explain how his concepts impact a student's ability to learn, as well as support the need for teachers to pay particular attention to these factors. According to the National Center for Children in Poverty, nearly 15 million children in the United States, 21% of all children, live in families with incomes below the federal poverty level, $22,350 a year for a family of 4. Research shows that, on average, families need an income of about twice that level to cover basic expenses. Using this standard, 44% of children live in low-income families. Most of these children have parents who work, but low wages and unstable employment leave their families struggling to make ends meet. Poverty can impede children's ability to learn and contribute to social, emotional, and behavioral problems. Poverty also can contribute to poor health and mental health. Risks are greatest for children who experience poverty when they are young and/or experience deep and persistent poverty. Research is clear that poverty is the single greatest threat to children's well-being. But effective public policies to make work pay for low-income parents and to provide high-quality early care and learning experiences for their children can make a difference. Investments in the most vulnerable children are also critical. Let's take a look at some alarming statistics regarding poverty and its effect on student achievement. School budgets are tied to property taxes. This is why schools in poor neighborhoods get about half as much money per student than schools in affluent neighborhoods. 3/4 of the nation's schools, almost 60,000, report needing repairs, renovations, or modernization in order to reach good condition. Not surprisingly, most schools in bad condition are in cities where at least 70% of students are below the poverty line. Urban students are less likely to graduate than their suburban counterparts. High school graduation rates are 15% lower in the nation's urban schools when compared with those located in the suburbs. Graduation rates are also lower among certain groups, particularly ethnic minorities and males. In 2008, the graduation rate among African Americans was 61.5% compared to 81% for whites. In 2008, 17 of the nation's 50 largest cities had high school graduation rates lower than 50%, with the lowest rates reported in Detroit, 24.9%, Indianapolis 30.5%, and Cleveland at 34.1%. Children of poor families are up to 6 times more likely to drop out than wealthy children. Next, we'll take a look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This hierarchy is most often displayed as a pyramid. The lowest levels of the pyramid are made up of the most basic needs, while the more complex needs are located at the top of the pyramid. Needs at the bottom of the pyramid are basic physical requirements, including the need for food, water, sleep, and warmth. Once these lower level needs have been met, people can move on to the next level of needs, and so on and so forth. If the most basic need is not met, then Maslow's theory proposes that none of the needs higher up in the hierarchy can be met. The 5 categories of Maslow's hierarchy are organized as following, from lowest level to highest level. Physiological. These needs are the most basic related to a person's survival. They consist of breathing, food, water, sleep, excretion, sex, clothing, and shelter. Without most of these things, a body cannot physically function. Safety. A person's safety needs can relate to several factors in their life, such as health, financial, physical, and emotional security. Love, belonging. These are the social needs of people, often seen as the need to belong, whether it be in the category of friendship, intimacy, and/or family. Esteem. Each person has a need to feel respected and have a sense of self-esteem. This is also maintained by feeling a sense of accomplishment or achievement. Self-actualization. This describes a person's need to achieve what he believes he is meant to achieve. To meet this need is to reach one's potential. This need, unlike the others, can never be fully met as it evolves as a person develops psychologically. Being aware of Maslow's hierarchy is in the best interest of both the teacher and the students. A teacher should use his or her knowledge of the hierarchy to structure both the lesson plan and the classroom environment. Ideally, the classroom would meet as many of the needs of students as possible, especially the safety, belonging, and esteem needs. This, of course, assumes the physiological needs of the student have been met beforehand. However, if the psychological needs have not been met, then the teacher has a basis to understand that the student would not be able to focus on learning. A teacher would then be aware of the necessity to make arrangements to help that student in whatever way is needed. Students are happiest and will work best if their needs are being met. So as a teacher, it is vital to know what these needs are and how to go about meeting them. As mentioned, teachers should start with students' physiological needs, food, clothing, and shelter, because it is impossible to advance to higher needs if students are hungry, don't have warm enough clothes, or have to sleep on the street. Some schools apply this level of Maslow's hierarchy by offering breakfast for lunch programs to ensure the basic nutrition needs of their students are being met. In the United States, schools have provided low-cost or free lunches since 1946, when President Truman signed the National School Lunch Act. Teachers should also address personal safety issues. Students, whether children or adults, have to feel safe, both physically and mentally, before they can let down their guard and learn. It is difficult to concentrate on a theoretical mathematical concept, for instance, if you're worried that a bomb is going to explode, or that you will be bullied on the playground at recess. To apply this step of the hierarchy, it is essential to create a safe learning space. Encouragement of social affiliation is important. Students need to feel that they belong to a class and that they are accepted members of the group if they are to reach the next level. Games, group work, and teamwork exercises are a way to apply this stage of the hierarchy because interaction helps students feel more involved, whether in primary school or in a master's level class. Promoting self-esteem is another important aspect. Making students feel that they are making a contribution and that they are valued as individuals can be done with simple praise. Well done goes a long way to helping students reach this level in Maslow's hierarchy. The last impact here is the aim for self-actualization. The elusive concept of being all that you can be because it caps the learning experience and is the highest level of the hierarchy. This stage relates to the ability to apply what students have learned and to be able to give back and become involved with the betterment of the larger community. A way to apply this in education is to have students who are very good in a subject, whether writing English essays or doing biology experiments, help their classmates with their work. According to Jackie, my field educator for this project, poverty is present at PA Cyber. She states the importance of maintaining same expectations for all students. She also points out that students need to be given a fair chance, regardless of personal income. PA Cyber offers them this chance using 21st century technology. Students become more engaged through these technological devices thus becoming more engaged in education itself. 3 basic goals here that I have and that I've gained from this particular aspect of this field-based experience are: 1, to have specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely goals as alluded to in the learning sessions. Number 2, to be unbiased against children from poverty, and that everyone has the ability to succeed if given the fair chance. Number 3, keep the same sets of standards and high expectations that these students can achieve success. As you now know, this screencast demonstrated and identified the importance of Maslow's hierarchy of needs and its impact of students and teachers when used effectively. Poverty continues to rise, but properly implementing the aforementioned concepts provided in this screencast will help boost success and achievements in poverty-stricken students to help shift some of the bias and misinformed views of these particular students. All credits and sources that assisted in constructing this presentation are on this slide. Thank you for watching.